Buffett jumps into the real estate market, but what does this mean for home investors and first-time buyers? Will down payments ever become reasonable for San Diegans? Joining us right now is Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Chair Ron Peltier. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Now, Warren Buffett didn't just jump into the real estate market, but he's putting his signature on it now. Tell us what's happening.
Well, that's the very exciting thing. About a year ago, Home Service of America, which is a holding company that owns about 30 companies around the country. One of those is the company here in Southern California. The company previously known as Prudential California is now changing its name officially today, and it's an exciting inflection point in the history of our company, because Mr. Buffett has entrusted us with the name Berkshire Hathaway to be attached to Home Services of America. So we are launching Berkshire Hathaway Home Services officially today, and the first market is in Southern California.
That's wonderful. So when one of the richest men in the world decides real estate's a great thing, and like we said, he didn't just decide, but when he puts his name on it like that, what does that mean for the real estate industry, and what should consumers think about that?
Well, you know, people believe in brands, and when you have a excuse me, when you have a brand that is recognized for honesty, integrity, character, trust, what better brand to put on a real estate network than Berkshire Hathaway Home Services?
Let's talk San Diego specifically, since we are talking about Southern California and the market. Why do homes continue to be so high in our area?
Well, it's a great market. You can't deny the fact that it's a great place to live. It's a great place to work. And, you know, what we do see around the country, you know, Southern California and San Diego specifically is where there is a great quality of life. You have a great deal of demand. And, you know, affordability is a challenge, but it's much better than where it was at the peak. At the peak, there were about 10% or less of the people could afford their home. Yeah. Today, it's you know, in the high 30s to 40%. So it's always going to be an expensive place to live because it's a great place to be.
Yeah, but on top of that, financing has become stricter over the last few years too. It's a little bit tougher, right?
Well, you know, we came out of the boom times, which really truly went from about 2000 to 2006, where there were no credit standards, and people were buying on 100% leverage. And when the markets corrected and collapsed, they corrected too far, both in prices and then in credit standards, and they were extremely tight. They're loosening up. They're clearly, there's a long way to go. But the most challenging thing today for affordability and home ownership is the credit standards, and we need to have a functioning mortgage market to continue to meet the demand. Yeah.
What about down payments? Is there any bright future with that?
I think that's improving. You know, that when the correction took place, there was pretty much a standard requirement of 20% down. A lot of first-home buyers, frankly, a lot of people don't have 20% to put down. You know, there are venues today where you can get a mortgage with 10% down. The government financing is sort of improving where you can get, in some cases, 5% down.
Yeah. Let's talk about first-time buyers. Give us some tips for those that maybe are thinking about it strongly, but they are struggling a little bit, just trying to figure out how to get financing and how to get that down payment.
Right. It is a challenge, and it's clearly a challenge in an extremely expensive market like Southern California or like San Diego specifically. You know, a lot of first-home buyers look to mom and dad or a relative for, you know, a gift, a letter. You know, in many cases, people are looking for someone to co-sign to be able to you know, meet the qualifying standards. Today is a great time to buy homes, not just in San Diego, but around the country, because values have corrected from their peak. They're recovering, but we are still in a recovery mode. We have not totally recovered, not even here, even though this market is recovering quicker than much of the country.
All right, so the big news, though, from your company today, so people know that what the change is
today, what used to, the signs that used to say Prudential California Properties will now say Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices California Properties, and we're very excited. The signs will be in the yard today.
All right, Ron Peltier, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Still to come on Good Morning Sandy.